Inside the dark reality of Stalin's rise to absolute power. The rise of Joseph Stalin to absolute power is one of the most chilling stories in modern political history. His transformation from a relatively unknown revolutionary to the all-powerful ruler of the Soviet Union reveals a dark reality of manipulation, violence, and calculated strategy. Stalin did not simply inherit power after the Russian Revolution. He built it piece by piece through political cunning and ruthless elimination of rivals. By the time he fully controlled the Soviet state, millions of people had already suffered from his policies and purges. Understanding how Stalin rose to power provides a disturbing but important look into how authoritarian regimes can emerge and dominate entire nations. If you enjoy discovering amazing historical facts like these, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Humble beginnings and early revolutionary life. Stalin was born in 1878 in the Georgian town of Gori as Joseph Vissarionovich Jugashvili. His childhood was marked by poverty, hardship, and a strict upbringing. Initially studying at a religious seminary, he soon became attracted to revolutionary ideas spreading across the Russian Empire. Inspired by Marxist philosophy, he joined underground political groups that opposed the rule of the Tsar. During these early years, Stalin developed skills that would later define his leadership style. Instead of relying on public speeches or mass appeal, he specialized in organizing secret networks, distributing propaganda, and carrying out covert operations. His involvement in robberies and revolutionary activities earned him a reputation as a determined but dangerous activist. These experiences shaped the ruthless mindset that would later define his political career. Stalin's rise within the Bolshevik Party. After the success of the Russian Revolution, the Bolsheviks took control of Russia and began building a new socialist state. Stalin became an important member of the ruling party and worked closely with the revolutionary leader Vladimir Lenin. Lenin valued Stalin's loyalty and organizational skills, appointing him to several key positions in the government. However, Stalin's most important role came in 1922 when he was appointed General Secretary of the Communist Party. At the time, this job appeared administrative and unimportant. Many party leaders underestimated the power it offered. Stalin, however, recognized the opportunity immediately. The position allowed him to control party appointments, promotions, and internal communications, giving him influence over thousands of officials across the country. The power vacuum after Lenin's death. When Lenin's health began to decline in the early 1920s, the Soviet leadership faced uncertainty about the future. Lenin himself had concerns about Stalin's growing authority and even warned that Stalin was too dangerous to hold so much power. Unfortunately, Lenin died in 1924 before his warnings could significantly impact the party. After Lenin's death, a fierce struggle for leadership began. Several powerful figures competed for influence, including Leon Trotsky, Grigory Zinoviev, and Lev Kamenev. Stalin cleverly avoided confrontation at first. Instead, he formed temporary alliances with different leaders to isolate and weaken others. His patience and political cunning allowed him to gradually remove each rival from positions of power, eliminating political rivals. One of the key strategies that helped Stalin gain control was his ability to turn allies into enemies when it suited his ambitions. At first, he allied with Zinoviev and Kamenev to defeat Trotsky, one of the most respected revolutionaries and a major threat to Stalin's authority. Trotsky was eventually removed from leadership, expelled from the Soviet Union, and later assassinated in exile. After Trotsky was eliminated, Stalin turned against his former allies. Zinoviev and Kamenev were accused of conspiracy and betrayal, leading to their political downfall and eventual execution. Through these calculated betrayals, Stalin removed every major rival who could challenge his authority. The brutality of forced collectivization. Once Stalin had consolidated power within the Communist Party, he launched ambitious plans to transform the Soviet economy. One of his most controversial policies was the forced collectivization of agriculture in the late 1920s and early 1930s. Private farms were abolished and replaced with large, state-controlled agricultural collectives. Many peasants resisted this policy because it destroyed their livelihoods. Stalin labeled these resisting farmers as kulaks, enemies of the state. Millions were arrested, deported, or executed. The chaos caused by collectivization contributed to devastating famines, especially in Ukraine, where millions died from starvation. Despite the massive human cost, Stalin continued to push these policies in the name of rapid industrial growth. The Great Purge and the culture of fear. Perhaps the most terrifying chapter of Stalin's rule was the Great Purge of the 1930s. During this period, Stalin ordered widespread arrests and executions of individuals accused of plotting against the state. High-ranking party members, military officers, intellectuals, and ordinary citizens were targeted. Many of the accused were forced to confess to crimes they had never committed. These confessions were often extracted through torture or threats against their families. Public trials were staged to create the appearance of justice, but the outcomes were predetermined. Tens of thousands were executed, while millions were sent to labor camps. The purpose of the purges was not only to eliminate potential rivals, but also to create a climate of fear throughout the country. No one felt safe, and loyalty to Stalin became a matter of survival. The Gulag system and forced labor. Another dark element of Stalin's rule was the expansion of the Gulag system, a network of forced labor camps spread across the Soviet Union. Prisoners in these camps were forced to work under brutal conditions, often in remote and freezing regions. The gulags served multiple purposes. They punished political opponents, intimidated the population, and provided cheap labor for massive infrastructure projects such as canals, railways, and mining operations. Millions of people passed through these camps, and countless lives were lost due to harsh conditions, starvation, and overwork. Propaganda and the cult of personality. While fear played a major role in maintaining Stalin's power, propaganda also helped strengthen his control. The Soviet government carefully crafted an image of Stalin as a heroic and wise leader who guided the nation toward greatness. Schools, newspapers, films, and art all portrayed him as the protector of the people. This carefully constructed image created a powerful cult of personality around Stalin. Citizens were encouraged to view him almost as a father figure who cared deeply for the nation's future. At the same time, any criticism of Stalin was treated as treason, ensuring that dissent remained hidden or suppressed. And that's the dark and chilling story behind how Joseph Stalin rose from a quiet party official to one of the most powerful and feared leaders in history. His journey to absolute power reshaped the Soviet Union and left a legacy that still sparks debate among historians today. But what do you think? Was Stalin's rise inevitable after the Russian Revolution, or could history have taken a different path? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more fascinating stories from history's most powerful figures, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.